my life like it's golden. Living 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 my life like it's golden.
What's going on, y'all? We are here for the review. Now, I already told you guys that I was going to do the review for Swarm, okay? Now, just so that you know, we are only here to do the first 3 episodes of Swarm, okay? Hey, y'all, it's your Auntie Momo. I'm just rude. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. Your day has been good. Your night was good. You got money in your pockets. All that good stuff, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now, like I was saying, I already told y'all that I would come and give y'all the review for Swarm. We're only going to be reviewing the first 3 episodes of it. Come back and see me later on, and we're going to go through the rest of the episodes for it, okay? Spoiler alert, okay? If you have not seen Swarm yet, go see it, okay? Even if you watch my review, if other people have reviewed it, if you watch their reviews, still go and watch it, okay? It was a good watch. If you've never seen a Donald Glover film, just know they start off really good and then the shit tend to go left sometimes, but it'll kind of come back, but you gonna get lost a little bit. Like sometimes I feel like when you watch a Donald Glover film, it's good to watch it if you're on shrooms, because you might actually get on the level where you understand it from a totally cosmetic, I don't know, type level. But all in all, it was a good watch. I originally thought that it was just going to be, come on, Bray, stay where you're supposed to be. I originally thought that it was going to be a movie when I seen it on Amazon Prime. I didn't know it was going to be a series. So I was pleasantly surprised when I seen that it was a series. At the same time, it's 7 episodes. They are only like 20 to 40 something minutes long, so it's an easy watch. You can binge watch it, because I binge watched it within a couple of hours over the weekend, and it was good, okay? A couple of scenes, bitch, it gagged me. It gagged me. It was good, but again, it was a Donald Glover film, so just keep that in mind. If I love Donald Glover films, but again, they kind of go left sometimes, and you're like, okay, what the hell is going on? Wasn't we just here? How the hell we end up over here? But they still be good. I don't know. I don't want to make this too long. Like I said, we're just going to go over the first 3 episodes, and then we'll come back later for the rest of it, okay? Now, the premises of this show, when it first starts off, it starts off basically with a disclaimer. Basically like saying, like, actual events are not fictional. Basically, like any events, false or fixed, blah blah blah. Basically, a disclaimer. Anything that you think that you're thinking when you watch this, yep, that's what it is. If you thinking something is this while you watching this, yep, you're right. That's what it is. Bitch, in other words, if you watching this, you like, ain't that what happened? Yep. Yep. It's loosely based off of that, okay? It's based off of this, the hive. I was gonna call them the swarm, the beehive, okay? Everybody, now listen. I love me some Beyonce. I'm Beyonce down. Y'all already know I'm from Texas. I'm from Austin, Texas. I rise for my girl Beyonce, Destiny's Child, the original members, and all that. Hey Michelle, that's my girl too, but the original Destiny's Child, they're my girls right there. I'm a Beyonce fan, but I'm not a Beyonce stan. And so the premises of this was about a true, for real Beyonce stan, okay? When this is done, hopefully, if they continue on with more seasons, I ain't asked you to do nothing. Stop. Stop. Child, she doing too much. But, hopefully they will. Yeah, I got me a little Apple watching that. Anyways, though, hopefully the next time they come with the next season, it's gonna be like different stan groups. Like the next one could be the Barbs, and the next one could be like Barty Gang, and the next one, who's another one? What's the white? Swifties. Ain't that's what? Swifties. Bitch, when I heard Swifties for Taylor, but you know what? Hey, everybody got their goddamn fan groups. It is what it is. But it would be cool if he does come up with next seasons that it's something like different stan groups. That would be goddamn cool. But It's loosely based off of The Beehive, okay? Now, again, this is a film by Donald Glover. It's starring Dominique Fishback. She stars as Dre. I think that's short for Andrea Green. She's the main character. Marissa, who is Chloe Bailey, who we find out, that's her quote-unquote sister. Khalid, who is played by Damson Idris with his fine ass baby. And of course there's other cameos that's in it, like Paris Jackson is in it, Leon is in it. It's a couple of different other people in there, and when we get to it, we'll talk about it. All right, but let's go ahead and get into with y'all, okay? So the first episode is called Stung, right? And so it starts off with a countdown to a clock, and you got this girl laying in her bed. The girl is Drea. She's laying in her bed. It's kind of like an alarm goes off or something in her, and she instantly sits up in the bed, right? She's in her bedroom, and you see these posters all over the wall, and they're posters of Naja, aka Beyonce, but it's Naja, okay? All over her wall. She's like a huge fan of hers, and this picture of her and her sister Marissa when they were younger at her concert and different stuff like that, right? Now, you see her get up and she's on the computer and she's looking at a concert or whatever, like looking at tickets to a concert. You see her get a Discover card in the mail. You know when you get your fresh credit card, right? How I got that fresh credit card smell to it. Then she opens it up and, it's a Discover card. She calls the number on there to activate her card. And she's getting ready to buy these concert tickets because she see basically the box office done opened up for the pre-sale tickets. They on sale. You can go ahead and get them, right? Child, she contemplating on buying them tickets, bitches, $1,800. For 2 tickets now, $1,800. $900 ticket, bitches, you lie. But they was like front row. Basically, Naja could spit on their ass and they gonna catch the spit in their goddamn face. It was that close. So child, she thought about it, but she didn't think that too goddamn hard. And she spent the money, $1,800, and bought them damn tickets, right? So she bought the tickets, and you can tell she's excited because she finna go tell her sister that she bought these tickets, right? Her sister is Marissa. Baby, she finna go in there and surprise her sister and tell her sister, which is played by Chloe Bailey. Baby mama is getting bending over, spreading it far and wide. Damson, which is Khalid, her boyfriend, he's all up in them guts. I mean, tearing it down, girl. Tearing it down, doing a damn thing. But girl, when he asked her, you feel me? She was like, yeah, a little bit. I was like, did she say a little bit? Because I heard her say a little bit. Maybe that was just me when I heard her say that. But I heard her say, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I figured I did. I figured I didn't have to lie about that shit too. But Drea, she's going in there to tell Marissa, but like I said, Marissa up in there getting bent over, back shots, busting over, bending wide open, and she sees this, and she stops, and she's staring, and she looking. Now, I don't know about nobody else. I don't want to see my best friend getting dug out like that. That's just me, like, girl, I don't want to see you to the world like that. I just don't want to see you like that. Not saying that friends can't do it. I just don't want to see that for you, for me, though. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Khalid sees her like peeking in and seeing them, and it kind of startles him for a minute. But bitch, that don't slow him down. He kind of like, oh, you see that? Oh, you like that, huh? Yeah, well, so he got, started getting up into it, trying to put on a goddamn show. I was like, oh, pineapples. I wasn't ready. This is a scene that everybody was talking about on Got Dog on Twitter and all that, because Chloe Bailey is baby sus. And so it was just weird seeing her ass clapping like that. I wasn't ready for that. But at the same time, I was like, girl, do you get it, son? But at the same time, that's Chloe. That's baby sis. That's the niece. So it didn't really feel right. But anyway, child, ended up going down to the corner store because she just had to get the fuck up out of there. She was like, I can't, I don't want this for me. Go down to the corner store. Now, the corner store was like, your homegirl owe me $5. And if you don't pay me my $5, your friend owe me, I'm going to call police now. That's what she sounded like. That was her accent when she was talking to Drea. So Drea had to pay the lady at the store. Supposedly, Marissa owed her $5. The lady at the store, the lady's like, you don't pay me, I'm calling police on you right goddamn now. So, child, Drea had to pay what Marissa owed to the corner store lady, plus what she was getting at the corner store. Then she ended up getting a text from Marissa, can you bring some Frenchies back? So she brings some Frenchies back to the house, child, and Khalid laying all up on the couch talking about, ooh, yeah, and he one of them hood ass niggas. Ugh. He plays one of these freeloading ass type niggas, the type that I can't fucking stand. But of course, you know, Marissa, that's her bae. She all in love with him or whatnot, you know, whoop-de-whoop. So she sit down on the couch and, you know, basically Marissa asked Drea, like, I'm gonna need your part on the rent or whatnot. And Drea was like, you know, I ain't got it. Mind you, you just spent $1,800 on these goddamn Naja tickets, but you ain't got no money to pay the fucking rent. Okay, it is what it goddamn is. But Marissa's like, dang, girl, basically Marissa is the friend or the sister friend, whatnot, that's paying the bills, that's holding everything together for all of them up in the house. But again, you just spent $1,800 on some fucking concert tickets, but you ain't got your half of the rent? Child, ain't no goddamn way. Now, later on, we find out that Khalid wants to take Marissa to Atlanta for her birthday. And, of course, Drea don't know this just yet because she just bought them tickets to the Naja concert, and that's what she wanted to surprise Marissa and tell her, right? Now, later on, you know, Marissa and Drea, like, they just hanging out, having sister fun time or whatnot. I think Marissa was doing Drea's makeup, right? And they end up smoking some weed, you know, just chilling, talking about Naja. Because, again, when they were kids, they made a Twitter Stan account, which was basically like a Swarm fan page, and they were trolling other people that would talk shit about Naja. They made this when they were like basically in middle school. Now, mind you, they grown adults now, probably like early 20s, and Drea is like still stuck in this stand stage of loving Naja so much. Mind you, Marissa done moved on. She like, yeah, I still love her. You know, I still love Naja. That's my girl. But she's moved on. Like, she's in a reality world. Drea is still stuck back then. And don't you know, Shade No Pink Lemonade, you could tell something was kind of off with Drea. And it made sense as the episodes went on, but you could tell something was kind of off with Drea. You know, aside from her just being like this super duper ooper stan fan of Naja, she was just kind of off or whatnot, right? And another thing about Marissa, when they was, you know, chilling or whatnot, Marissa went to hug Drea, and you could see a cut on her wrist, like she attempted to do something to herself, and you know, of course it must have been a failed attempt because she's there. And so Drea starts, you know, kissing on the wound, and at first I was like, what is she doing? Like, where is this leading to? But I guess she was just being a best friend, like, you know, letting her know, like, you know, I love you, whatever, you know, I'm here for you, blah, 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 blah. Because Marissa says to her, like, you don't have to kiss it every time you see it. Like, it's okay. Which, again, lets me know. And again, later on, you'll see why. You know, Marissa must have attempted something before that may have been in her history. And so Drea was just loving, or Dre was just loving on her, you know, just being a sister to her, whatnot. And so, like I said, Marissa ends up doing her makeup. After she does her makeup, they smoke a little bit of weed. And they just, you know, chilling or whatnot. Later on, was this it, child? Yes, girl. Later on, now, Drea is coming to work at the kiosk where Marissa works at. Marissa is going to basically let her work there to sort of help out, right? Because Drea ain't got no job. Now, Drea ends up being late coming to work because she got high on the weed, child. And like Marissa said, girl, it ain't like I gave you meth. What the fuck? Is when she showed up, child, she looked a fucking mess. Makeup was all over the goddamn face. She looked fucking aloof. Like, she looked crazy. She looked like she had been through it. Like, and I understand why a lot of people say they can't smoke weed, because if we do that to you, then nah, baby. Nah, baby. Nah, baby. It just looks a goddamn mess, child. Now, Marissa ends up having to go and take Drea to the bathroom, fix her ass up because she was looking a goddamn mess. While they in the bathroom, Marissa asks Drea if she can cover her shift because she ends up getting a makeup gig to do an artist's makeup. Now, that's what Marissa does. She's a makeup artist. You know, she does different artists' makeup, whoop-de-whoop, yada, yada, yada. That's how she's paying the bills, okay? Because Drea ain't got no goddamn job, okay? That's neither here nor there. So, Drea is supposed to be covering the shit for Marissa so Marissa can go and do what she got to do. Right now, the boss and them don't know this, right? Now, while Marissa is gone doing her job, Dre's supposed to be covering the kiosk in the mall. Khalid shows up. He wants Dre to help him find a gift for Marissa for her birthday. At the same time, the nigga was trying to push up on her. He was like, we ain't gonna talk about what happened. Like, you ain't gotta be a virgin your whole life. Like, I know you're a virgin and shit like that. But again, Dre's kind of weird. So she ain't really go for it. She was like, no, nigga, I'm good. I'm gonna go to the left. So she like, dips on the nigga. Because at first she left the kiosk to go help this nigga find Marissa a birthday present. But when she comes back to the goddamn kiosk, girl, the goddamn kiosk is being ransacked by a bunch of fucking hooligans. They spray painting all on the goddamn merchandise, ransacking shit, knocking shit over, child. So when Dre gets back to the kiosk, she looking like, looking fucking stupid. Cause your ass done left your post. And so these fucking madmen that went up in here and then fucked up the whole goddamn kiosk. So of course she gotta call Marissa, tell Marissa what happened. And Marissa's like, bitch, you can't do shit. You ain't good for nothing. Girl, so Marissa has to go and pick Dre up from the daggone mall. And of course her boss is there and she looking pissed off as hell. She don't even want to talk to Marissa or Dre. So when they get back to the damn apartment, Marissa's packing up her stuff and Dre's like, where you going? She's like, I'm finna go spend the night at Khalid's house. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, I'm sorry, Marissa, I'm sorry. Marissa's like, baby, sorry, I ain't gonna pay the goddamn bills. Like, I'm tired of carrying you. I'm tired of holding you. I'm tired of doing everything for you. So now we see again, they roommates, best friends, sister friends living together. And again, Marissa holds them down because again, I like Dre, but it's something off a little bit about Dre and you gonna see why. So, of course, Dre is begging and pleading for her not to go. And then Marissa tells Dre, matter of fact, Khalid wants to take me to Atlanta this weekend, which is, that'll be good, be good for me. I think that'll be good for me and him. And as a matter of fact, when we come back from the ATL, I'm going to end up moving in with him. I think space will be good for the both of us, which of course, that ain't good for Dre. She don't want to hear that. And she ends up telling Marissa, like, look, I got you, I got us tickets to the Naja concert. And she's like, how the hell you do that? You ain't got no damn money. She was like, but sometimes, for Naja, you got to sacrifice some things. And she was like, look, I'm not finna do this with you. I'm finna go with Khalid. Then that's when Dre tries to tell Marissa, like, hey, another thing I want to tell you. Khalid came to the mall earlier today and he tried to come on to me. Marissa ain't trying to hear that. She like, no, get out. Not get out. Like, I'm leaving. I don't want to hear this. And of course, this makes Dre break down. Marissa hop on up in her little petrol and gas the fuck on down. She leaves up out of there. Next thing you know, Dre gets a notification on her phone that Naja has come out with a new video, child. She runs inside, runs to the TV, and it's the new video for Festival, right? Everything is just, it's all the same as B. Like Coachella Fest, it's all the same. And so even the video that she was watching, it was the similarities that I cannot think of exactly the video, but it was one of the recent ones she did, and it sort of reminded me of the different Orishas. If you're into the Orishas, because Beyonce says, well, she is the daughter of Oshun. It just reminded me of the different Orishas, the different colors, and this, that, and the other. So as Dre is watching this video, this new video by Naja, it's like she's going into a trance, like she's getting hot. Girl, she getting goddamn hot. She got to take off a jacket. Bitch, it's like her skin is burning. Bitch, you want to take her goddamn skin off. Next thing you know, she turned into this whole other goddamn Dre. She got on her little freakum girl dress. Bitch, she goes to the club, find this random ass white boy, which is Macaulay Culkin's little brother. I forgot his name, but he looks exactly goddamn like him. It's a trip whenever I see him. Where is Macaulay Culkin? What are he doing right now? Y'all know? Y'all let me know. Anyway, she see little random white guy, child, and she just got a little freakum dress on. She dancing all on him. She all in a trance. It's like the music. She goes to the club where they're playing the song Festival, and it's like the song is putting her all in a goddamn trance. Child, next thing you know, the next morning, she wake up, and she in a random white dude bed. Child, this nigga butt naked cooking pancakes. He comes in the bed where she at. He holding a bowl, a glass bowl or something. I don't remember what the fuck it was, child. Why his little dingaling was pressed up against the glass bowl, child. Little dick just pressing on the bowl. If you seen this part and you missed it, bitch, go back. The way his little dingaling was pressed up on that glass bowl, that shit was funny to me, girl. So she ends up, like going and using his bathroom because her phone must have been dead. Child, she goes and plugs her phone in while she's using the bathroom. And then to her surprise, she gets all of these text messages and phone calls from Marissa. Marissa's like, call me. I've called you 50 million times. Pick up the phone. Khalid cheated on me. I can't believe he did this and blah, 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 blah. And then she's talking about Naja's new song. She's like, the new song, I can't believe she spoke to my soul. She did this for me and blah, 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 blah. All these series of text messages, right? So, girl, she goes home after she gets all these text messages because she's excited. And before she gets in the house, she checks the mail and sees that the tickets are there in the mail, right? Girl, so she goes inside to let Marissa know, like, hey, I got a surprise for you. Here go the tickets. And then she jumps on the bed. Marissa don't move, bitch. Girl, she pulls her over like, hold on, what the fuck? Girl, Marissa up there dead to the bed, bitch. She done took her own life. I'm guessing over Khalid. For a brief second, just because the pattern that we learned later on about Dre, I was like, did Dre kill this girl? Because of what she said about Naja. Because in the midst before Marissa left, when Dre was trying to tell her, like, look, I got these tickets to Naja, like, Marissa was just basically trying to tell her, like, girl, you need to grow up and move on. Like, everything ain't, she ain't that important, blah, 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 blah. And that upset Dre. And so for a split second, I'm thinking, she did. But I don't know. But I think just because, again, the history from Marissa, she took her own life. And, of course, that sends, Dre into this deep depression. She ends up damn near getting evicted from her house. A rent-a-center came, took all the doggone furniture. She in a bad goddamn place, child. I mean, because, Marissa was paying all the bills anyway. And then plus, again, like I said, there was something that wasn't quite all the way there with Dre as it was. So, and then she get a, notice on her door. She about to get goddamn evicted, right? So she's sitting in the house and, she's feeling down and depressed. And so she ends up sending a text message to Marissa's phone saying, I miss you. Well, then she ends up hearing a ding, looks over in the closet, and Marissa's phone is in there. So, the phone must have still been there before Marissa did whatever it was she did to herself. The phone is still over there. So she goes and gets the phone and basically sends a text message back to herself as Marissa and was like, I miss you too. Real. I mean, but I'm going to say weird, but I mean, I get it. You want to be close to somebody, that's what you do. It is what it is. So she also ends up scrolling through her phone and she sees these tweets from this nigga named Reggie Jackson, aka his name is Tunk or whatever, right? And he's basically saying all this crazy shit about Marissa, basically, because people are putting out rumors that she, did something to herself watching the Naja video, that, she was hypnotized or was in a trance because the Naja video or some shit like that. And so this nigga Reggie Jackson was on Twitter talking shit about Marissa, right? And goddamn Dre didn't like that. So Dre tries to go to Marissa's funeral to show, pay her respects to her. But as she's getting ready to go up there to pay her respects, one of the funeral director comes out and is like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The family wants you to leave. And she's like, well, I am like family, like she's my sister. And at that moment, that's when I realized, okay, they're not blood sisters. I thought they was. But again, the funeral director was like, no, the family wants you to leave. I thought she was finna act a goddamn fool up in that funeral home. I'm finna say, nigga, don't do it. Not with Big Mama and them there. Don't goddamn do it. But she didn't. I was happy for her because I goddamn thought she was gonna do it. So, child, later on, Dre ends up going to Khalid's house. Now, Khalid actually did care for Marissa. This nigga ends up breaking down, crying, and, because he actually cared for her. And they both sitting on the couch, and, Dre somewhat tries to comfort him or whatnot. He breaks down and starts crying. Then he asked Dre, do you want some tea? My mama makes some bomb ass tea. She was like, all right, cool. This nigga gets up to go and get her a glass of tea. Out of nowhere, this bitch come bop this nigga over the head with a lamp and commits to beating the hell out this nigga, beating him to death. Bitch, she kills him out of nowhere. I don't know if maybe she feels like he's the one to blame for Marissa's death, which if Marissa did, take her own life because of him, I get why you upset, but girl. Child, and then what made it even more weird, after she killed this nigga, she got blood and shit all over her. She goes straight into the refrigerator, bitch, gets a pie and starts eating the pie with bloody bare hands and all of that. It's like she's hyperventilating, like she can't believe what the hell it was she just goddamn did. That shit was wild. That shit was freaking wild, okay? Now, mind you, in his first episode, her name was Drea. We learned that. We seen her name on the credit card, Andrea Green, right? Second episode, the second episode was called Honey. Now, mind you, I want to say the first episode took place in Houston, Texas, and I want to say it took place in 2016, right? Now, the second episode took place in 2017 in Fayetteville, Tennessee. This that strip club. Child, Drea's on stage doing some kind of goddamn interpretive dance to a Naja song. Child, she up there look like So You Think You Can Dance, child. She was just doing some kind of artistic interpretive, I don't know, some child. This nigga come in there throwing crinkled up $1 bills at her, basically talking about, bitch, I can change your life. And she was like, nah, where your friend at though? Child, she was just sloppy with it on stage. I was like, baby, I ain't gonna pay you nothing. You ain't doing, I'm gonna need you to shake that ass. Make it clap. Do something with it, baby. She asked homeboy, where's your friend Reggie at? He was like, who, Tom? I don't know who that nigga is, but child, I'm out here getting money. She like, oh, nigga, fuck you. So child, she get up and walk off the stage because she don't want to duke this nigga. She up there looking for Tom. Girl, the way and then before she goes off stage, child, why she snatch a handful of this nigga fries, eat that shit like, nigga, fuck you, go on ahead, get off the stage. Child, they not gonna make it rain on you like that, baby. You gotta make that ass clap. You gotta do something strange for some change or something, child. When she go backstage, it's this big booty, I mean, not big booty, it's this BBW stripper that comes up to her, basically like letting her know, like, you don't have to start, if you don't start clapping them cheeks, get off the fucking stage, praise dancing, niggas is gonna start, you gonna end up getting your ass fired. Niggas gonna start leaving up out of here scratching their heads like, what the fuck was it I just goddamn watched? I didn't come here to watch a praise dance. I come here to watch you bounce that ass. And you up in here dancing to Take Me to the King, baby. We can't goddamn do this. Later on, we see this white stripper, child. She outside arguing with her boyfriend because the white stripper, she was kind of cool with it when all these other strippers was up there laughing at her, clowning her ass, which is true. And in this episode, her name is Carmen, okay? She goes by Carmen, right? So, like I said, the other strippers is up in there clowning her ass like, bitch, I don't know what that was, but bitch, don't do it no goddamn mo. The white girl was being cool with her, whatnot, right? So later on, the white girl's out front the club arguing with her boyfriend. Bitch, I mean, she all on top of the goddamn truck, about to kick the fucking windows in. That shit is fun tea. And Drea walking out to her car, like, if minding my goddamn business was a person, bitch, it was Drea. And she walked like a man. Drea walking like a man, bitch. She got a hard walk about her. Again, baby, you gonna have to do something. Them niggas are goddamn throw something at you. Now, mind you, she's still stalking Tunk. She all on this page, all on from her, was it Swarm Hive fan page account? She's stalking this nigga left and goddamn right. Every tweet he put up, this nigga's behind him watching everything, goddamn thing she do, right? So she ends up, going back to her hotel, and Drea is actually staying in this janky ass hotel. Now, mind you, a year has passed since she done already killed Khalid ass. Now she's staying in this janky ass goddamn hotel. Come to find out, she get a knock on the door, and it's from the white girl from the goddamn strip club. Drea like, bitch, how the fuck you find me here? She was like, oh, I seen your raggedy ass car, and I know you don't want that goddamn raggedy ass car. So, you mind if I use your bathroom? Now, the white girl had me, mind you, white girl is being played by Paris Jackson, okay? Why is it that she kind of, is it that she resembles Michael Jackson just because we know that that's his daughter? Because we know that's his daughter, but that ain't his daughter. You know what I mean? But anyways, though, child, place, she was real suspicious. I was like, is this bitch trying to traffic her? Like, what is she doing? I'm just not so trusting the females like that. I don't know. That's just me. But any goddamn way, child. So, child, the white girl, like I said, ended up forcing her way up in Dre's hotel room to use the bathroom. They end up hanging out or whatnot. Child, they end up going to a hotel to get something to eat. Because first, Dre was like, bitch, I'm going to need you to go ahead and move around because I got some shit to do. White girl ended up saying, you know, my treat, I going to take us to get something to eat. And Dre had some old ass, nasty ass food that was in her hotel room anyway. Child, they goes to the goddamn restaurant and is eating, and the white girl say something about, you know, don't worry about those other girls, you know, they're just hating on you, and, you know, don't worry about my boyfriend. I had to get out of my last relationship because he wasn't happy because I was half black. Dre's like, you half black, you have mixed with what? She was like, yeah, my dad's half. That's why stage name is Halsey. Again, it's Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson. If you know, you know. Again, like the disclaimer was, if it's anything that you think it probably is, there probably, yep, that's it. That's what that was. So, child, later on, she ends up trying to drop the white girl off. Oh, but before that, though, you know, I think she asked the white girl who her favorite artist was. She told her that her favorite artist, you know, whatever, whoever she said she was. And, of course, Dre started talking about Naja. So the white girl was like, oh, so you're part of the swarm. You're a killer bee. Talk about Naja. You get stung. And Dre kind of looked like, yeah, bitch, what is it? Bitch, you ready to clink clink? Because, bitch, I'm about that goddamn life. Later on, Dre tried to drop her ass off, you know, try to drop the white girl back off at the house. White girl like, look, I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in. Otherwise, he going to think I'm fucking around. And, you know, he fucking crazy. Dre like, no, I'm cool. I'm good on that. I'm going to holler at you back at the goddamn club. White girl was like, girl, I'll pay you. I know you need the fucking money. So, child, they end up going in the goddamn house. As they go in the house, and again, the white boy is goddamn crazy. Her boyfriend, they up in there arguing. As they arguing, Dre ends up sneaking out of the whole out of their room or their house or whatnot as they arguing. Because again, they ain't even paying no goddamn attention to Dre. So Dre end up sneaking out the goddamn room. She end up going, eating, doing something else. Child, as she goes back to her hotel room, she goes and walk in the goddamn hotel. White girl sitting on her bed. She like, bitch, how the fuck you get in here? She said, I told the dude at the front desk that we best friends, so basically he let me in here. That's how y'all do shit? Okay. The fuck? Girl. So, like I said, the white girl just comes and makes herself at home all up in Dre's room. Child, they end up staying there for a while, you know, for the rest of the day. Dre waits for the white girl to fall asleep. After the white girl fall asleep, child, Dre goes back to the white girl house where the boyfriend is. The white boy sitting on the toilet, taking a good little shit. Next thing you know, some smoke end up coming up under the bathroom door. And he like, oh, what the fuck? He opened the bathroom door. Dre pop this nigga in the face and kills him, girl. Why? I don't know goddamn well kill this nigga, girl. Next thing you know, she's pulling him outside, pulling the dead body outside. And it's like she take this big ass sigh of relief. She laugh. And as she laughs, she hears a sound. Bitch, she turn around. It's the white girl coming out the house. So now the white girl see you done killed her boyfriend. Dre getting ready to go off on this bitch like, bitch, I got to kill you too? The white girl start kicking a dead boyfriend body. So her and Dre both start kicking the dead boyfriend body. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So girl, the white girl is excited. She like, oh shit, we can be like the Black Thelma and Louise. Woo, bitch, I got some snacks. I got a brick of weed in case we got to sell this shit. I got some cell phones. You know what I'm saying? I got some extra clothes. Ooh, this is going to be exciting. Do you feel good? Bitch, I feel good about this shit. I made some sandwiches in there for the road. Girl, next thing you know, goddamn Drea pulls out a gun, shoots the white girl. Kills the white girl. Take out a sandwich up out the lunchbox and start eating on the motherfucking sandwich. Drea was crazy in this goddamn. She was very fucking crazy. Kills at home, starts eating the goddamn snacks. And it's like that did something to her. It made her feel good. Because, bitch, afterwards, she goes to the club, gets on stage, and it's like she's a completely different person. And, bitch, she tore the club down. Went up in there and made it rain on them boys. Okay, got money, bitch. She got money. Made it rain on them boys. I was like, okay, is that all it took? Is for you to kill somebody, for you to put a little oomph in it, okay? Afterwards, when she backstage, them same hating ass hoes come up to her and was like, hey girl, you want to make some more money? And she like, all right, cool. Good, because we need a designated driver anyway, because we finna go make this money. I'd be like, bitch, what? That's the only reason why y'all want me to go, because y'all need me to goddamn drive. Now, mind you, they end up asking, what was her name, Haley? Is that what the white girl, that's what her name was. They end up asking what Haley was, because she didn't show up to work. Mind you, that white girl, the goddamn, Drake just goddamn killed. She was supposed to go with them on this goddamn run. But this bitch done killed her out of nowhere, so I guess you should feel obligated to take him on a little run since you done killed this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, child, they end up going to, like, this college party. On their way to the party, they in the car. And, again, the BBW scrippers let them know, look here, it's going to be $1,000 to fuck. You know what I'm saying? $500 for some head. You know what I'm saying? Around the world, 5 stacks. Like, they putting the pussy rules on the table. You want this puss, this how much you gonna have to pay. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, when they go to the college party, it's chips and dips and white boy dicks. Every goddamn where. I mean, white boys is fucking each other. They fucking them. They eating groceries. They eating cootie cat. They eating dick. I mean, it's they doing lines. They making their dick swing. I mean, they going all wild up in there, right? So Dre in her own little room eating some chips and dip. Next thing you know, a little white boy come up in there and he like basically asked, can he pay her to jack off to her? He'll pay her $100. She was like, make it $1,000. I'm still gonna eat her, eat my chips and my dip. But yeah, give me a stack. It's all good. I don't blame her. You know, the dominatrix in me, yeah, you gonna pay me a stack to do your do? I'm still finna smash on these chips. You do what you do. Don't get none of that shit on me, and you better make it quick. Okay? You want to go again? That's another stack. No, I ain't even mad at her. So she gets a little money or whatnot. After they finish at the little college party with the white boys, child, they on their way home, and the car breaks down. Lo and behold, who just so happens to be on the road to come and save them? It's that nigga Reggie Jackson, a.k.a. Tunk. That's who she was looking for. That's who Drake was looking for this whole time. The nigga had a tow truck service too. So when she seen him pull up, she like, yeah, because he said he could fix the car if y'all go back to the house with me. You know, all his tools and shit was back at the house, right? He was like, and of course, Dre was like, yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and ride with him, back on over to the spot. Of course, because she been trying to get this nigga anyway, right? So they go back to his house. He ends up fixing up the tire on the car and whatnot. Afterwards, they all in the car getting ready to leave. Next thing you know, Dre like, I gotta pee real quick. Child, Dre go back in the house to go in there to kill old dude, right? The shower is running. Dre thinking this nigga in the shower. She get a fucking cast iron skillet because she finna whack-a-mole this nigga upside his goddamn head while he in that shower. Lo and behold, nigga, this nigga come creep up behind her ass talking about, girl, what the fuck you doing? She turn around seeing, for foul, whack-a-mole that nigga in the head with the goddamn iron skillet. He like, bitch, what the hell? He end up knocking her ass, knocking her over, getting the best of her, get on top of her, start choking him. He started choking the life out this bitch, about to take her out. Just when he was about to take the life out this hoe, next thing you know, the other stripper hoes come in the house. Bitch, they jump on his ass. One bitch beating him with a purse. The other bitch is sticking and moving. The other bitch is going all wild on top of him, right? Next thing you know, the other bitch get a gun, bow, bow, 2 times in the chest. This nigga slump over dead. Is he slumping over dying? Dre like, oh shit, I think I'm gonna be sick. She get up, run up out of there. When she get up, run up out of there, all the other girls is like, shit, bitch, what the fuck we supposed to do? Shit, bitch, I don't know. We gotta get the fuck up out of here. Let's go. They run outside. Bitch, why Dre get in the car? Leave them hoes. Left them hoes where they goddamn said. I said, wow, you just gonna leave them bitches? Left them hoes. She said, no, sir. Not me. That bitch dipped on their ass, child. So when the third episode came up, third episode was called Taste, right? Now her name is Shanice in the third episode, right? But we still gonna call her Drake. So So this takes place in Seattle, Washington in 2017, right? So we see this guy in his apartment, and you know, he's going into this apartment, and then he hears a noise, right? He hears a noise, and so he's looking through his apartment. He's like, hello, hello, hello. Next thing you know, we see him go in the closet. Dre is hiding behind the closet door. This nigga closed the closet door. Whap, pow, this bitch whack-a-mole this nigga in the head. He like, what the fuck? She walks up on him talking about, who's your favorite artist? And he was like, what the fuck? I don't know, blah, 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 some whatever artist, you know, he says. And she was like, oh, so why did you say that Naja's only this, blah, 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 blah. He was like, what the fuck are you talking about? She was like, nigga, this shows the nigga the tweet where he was talking shit about Naja. He's like, nigga, all of this over a tweet? She like, hell yeah, nigga. Kills this nigga in the middle of his goddamn house. That's how we start off episode 3, bitch. Come to find out, he's some big time YouTuber, because you see all the YouTube plaques, which I plan to get to one day. Shout out to me, girl. You gonna get them. But he got all his YouTube plaques on the wall because he's some big time goddamn YouTuber, right? Child, next thing you know, this heifer is basically having like a dance medley cleaning up this nigga's house from all the blood that's all over the house. I mean, baby, she just rocking and moving and rolling and shaking, mopping up the floor with blood. It's fucking weird, right? Afterwards, she ends up ransacking his cabinet and taking all his goddamn sweets and shit out the cabinet. Then she sees a tweet from this chick named Alice Dudley, and she's tweeting the video of Naja and her sister in the elevator with her husband, and it's a scene where Naja's sister is beating Naja's husband's ass, and Naja is standing in the corner not doing nothing. Alice Dudley gonna tweet, I thought you were a feminist. If you're a feminist, then why are you with this man? Basically, again, like the Beyonce, Solange, Jay-Z elevator incident, it was the exact same goddamn thing, right? So, of course, Drea sees this, so mama ready to go on a road trip to get this bitch now, right? So, child, of course, and she's still, you know, and another thing about Alice Dudley, she's like this super MAGA Trump supporter, you know, whatnot. Now, Drea is tweeting from the Swarm, you know, fan page account, basically like somebody needs to put this bitch in her place, yada, 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 find out where she stays quick. And of course, members of the Swarm ended up finding this bitch house. Tweeting this bitch house out, girl. Drea is like stalking this bitch from her house. Stalked this bitch all the way down to the goddamn spa. Ready to get this bitch at the goddamn spa, child. So she ends up going to the spa, and she can't get in, of course, because you have to have an exclusive membership. But it's this random guy that ends up seeing her that thinks she's somebody else, and so she ends up getting to the spa basically on his guest pass, right? So she ends up separating from that guy. Again, he thought she was somebody else, bitch that reads tarots and goddamn healing crystals. Which the fuck she wasn't. But again, you try to probably think all black folks look alike any goddamn way. So child, she ends up getting on the elevator because, again, she follows Alice, and she's getting ready. She gets on the elevator with her, grabs a dumbbell, getting ready to whack-a-mole this bitch with the dumbbell, right? It's just them two in the elevator. And again, Dre is real fucking weird in the elevator. She looks at Alice and she asks her, who's your favorite artist? And Alice looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck is you goddamn talking about? Next thing you know, this guy comes and gets in the elevator. And, another thing that Dre seen, it was a tweet that Naja is supposed to be doing, like this, supposed to be at this industry party, supporting some other, you know, artist who's coming out with an album or some shit like that, right? So the guy that ends up getting on the elevator with Dre while she's on there with this other bitch, and Dre was just getting ready to goddamn kill. The guy has on a jacket that's the same of the album cover to the girl that, you know, Naja's supposed to be at this party with, right? Then Dre gets a text message from Marissa that says follow the jacket, and he also had like this press badge on there, like he backstage, like industry nigga, right? So, and that threw me off too, because I'm like, well, who's texting her on the other end of this goddamn phone? That goddamn threw me off right there. But anyways, she ends up dropping the barbell because she like, fuck this bitch. Drops the barbell in the elevator and end up following the guy to see what house he's in, right? Child, she follows this nigga to what house he's in, and like, you know, she takes off her hat and her jacket, whatever it is she's carrying, climbs through this nigga window, and this nigga like, hey, what you doing in my goddamn house? He was like, she said, no, stop, please, he'll find me. Pretending like she's running from an abusive ex-child. Now, who just gonna be okay? I don't give a fuck. Don't run up in my goddamn house so nigga come here and get both of us. Bitch, you goddamn crazy. Ain't no fucking way. And ain't nobody in regular real life just gonna be okay with that shit. No, we not. We not. Child, and on top of that, the fool had a skunk as a pet. Just all about that. That whole scene right there, I was like, that don't even seem right. And then a black person, we just not gonna be okay with you coming and climbing through our fucking windows. I don't give a fuck who you running from. That ain't got what that got to do with me. That ain't got shit to do with me. Girl, I'm just saying. So, child, he ends up making her some food, asking her if she's hungry. Come to find out, he's vegan. He's plant-based. He said he used to weigh 380 pounds, so he can't have no junk food around because, you know, it's basically like a food addiction to him. And then he asked her, like, have you ever had an addiction before? And she was like, oh, yeah, she knows addiction all too goddamn well. Child, later on, he ends up, because he lets her go to sleep on the couch, and he ends up, you know, sleeping on the couch while she falls asleep in the bed. She ends up sneaking up in the middle of the night, going in her bag and getting some like powdered donuts that she had in there. And he walks in, catches her eating the powdered donuts. Child, next thing you know, they ends up having like a little erotica scene eating this fucking food. That shit was hilarious. I'm like, really? Y'all niggas just gonna fuck on top of the donuts like that? Y'all gonna desecrate the Doritos like that? Really? That's nasty. That's real nasty. Child, look at my son. My son just slipped something up under the door for me. Silly ass. But that's my cue. He home. I gotta get up here. Anyways, though, and it's hot, child. It's hotter than jalapeno pussy up in here. Anyways, child. Next morning, they wake up, and of course, this nigga's throwing up because, like he said, he done lost 380 pounds. He can't be up here eating all this bullshit. It's gonna fuck up his insides, child. So he ends up asking her, does she want to go with him to this industry party that he's going to later, which we already knew that was her goal from the get-go, right? So, child, they end up going to the industry party. Somehow, some way, she sees Naja's sister that walks past. And I think that's, you know, who she's there supporting or whatnot. And of course, that puts she can feel that crazy starting to vibrate and come up in her ass, right? Next thing you know, she goes and takes this nigga to the freezer and locks this nigga in the freezer, child, so she can go and meet Naja. Child, she goes out there in the middle of the party, and she basically follows Naja's sister to where she gets, and she finally sees Naja. Bitch, and she's in fucking awe. She can't believe it, bitch. She about to nut on herself. Then it's like this sweets tray, like with a bunch of cakes and cupcakes and whatnot, come and it rolls up and it stops right in front of her, right? She gets one of the little cake balls and she's like eating the cake ball and she all up in it doing her thing with the cake ball, and it focuses in on her teeth. Next thing you know, you hear somebody say, girl, did you just bite Naja? Then you hear everybody say, oh my God, girl, get her, stop her. She just bit Naja. Girl, she ends up running up out the damn party. As she runs out the back of the party, it's these two niggas that's sitting on the dock. They probably like, you know, some servers or whatnot. One nigga gonna say, you know who that is? That's that chick from Love and Basketball. Now, mind you, if you know, you know, the whole rumor about Sanaa Lathan biting Beyonce on the cheek at a party. That's when Tiffany Haddish had, you know, supposedly got it. Because Tiffany Haddish was the one that came out and said who it was that bit her. Again, the disclaimer at the beginning, everything that you think you thinking when you see this, yep, that's it. But child, that's how the third episode ended from there. Again, come back later. We're going to get into the rest of the episodes. But if you have not watched it, go ahead and watch it so you'll be caught up when we do get into the rest of these episodes. Again, this is a Donald Glover film. Keep that in mind. So it starts off really good, but there's some parts to it that's just like, wait a minute, say what now? Wait, do that again? You say what now? Because it just gets a little off. it just gets a little off. But look here, again, if y'all seen this, if it was anything that I missed, y'all drop it down below, and please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, share me out, and come back and see me later for the rest of Swarm, y'all. Okay, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.